This isn't just a train, it's a thread line, a vessel across memory, myth, and meaning. Step inside, where the reels turn like time itself and story becomes sanctuary. Welcome to Parlor 10, a living room for living movies with your host, director, screenwriter Carey Corr, and executive producer author JenLyn Ford. Previously on Parlor 10,
Isn't a product. It's not a transactional thing. It's something that moves us, that pushes us forward.
hello, welcome in everyone to Parlor 10. Today's Parlor is not just about story, it's about the score beneath it. So the rhythm that you feel from before the first line is even spoken. It's that note that lingers long after the scene fades.
Yeah, music's so vital to a film. And generally, people don't know it's there. And that's a beautiful thing. They just feel it and see and hear it, and it sets the mood for everything that's going on.
Yeah, it really does. And today we have a really special guest. We're joined by Lydia Lowery Busler, and she is a French horn prodigy. She's a composer, she's an improviser, and a sonic storyteller. From performing with the Met and the New York City Ballet, all the way to composing emotionally intelligent scores, Lydia's work lives in the body before it ever hits the page. And she has a very special role in Sing Your Song, right?
That's right. Lydia is going to compose the music. And Lydia has such a way with sound and healing and the feelings that it brings, that it's just remarkable. And we're just lucky to have her as part of the project and to be here today with us.
Absolutely. I'm going to bring her up on stage. A round of applause. Miss Lydia, welcome to the Parlor 10 set. My gosh, you've played music that really just moves through the bones of a story. Where did music begin for you emotionally, and what makes a score true?
My musical score pretty much came as soon as my life story came. So I sang before I talked, and there's just the whispers in the trees and the songs of the birds. They were all there for me. So it started immediately. And a score rings true when it brings the visceral feelings to the people.
Wow, that's amazing. Um, and so perfect for a movie, right? Because then when you add all the others, the visuals, the dialogue, and the camera movements, and you put score in there, it can be transcendent. And so, yeah, that's spectacular.
Mm. It is because it's often the emotion that we don't even know that we're feeling yet, right? So, how do you approach composing for characters or scenes that don't say anything? How does that transpose into the storytelling of music itself?
Sound has the ability to create nostalgia. Sound has the ability to create fear. It has the ability to create all sorts of things that we can't do alone with just the visuals, because we don't because our life is not without sound. And the like not just simple feelings, but all the visceral parts.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at it from behind the scenes, say director composer relationship, there's something about each scene that a sound can affect the resonance for the audience. And sometimes that's cutting against what's happening in the scene, and sometimes it's adding to it, and sometimes it's taking into the feeling of what the character might be going through. That sound projects that, because like you said, Lydia, all our lives are based on sound being there, being part of these things that happen to us as human beings. And characters are living, breathing human beings, and so they need their soundtrack.
Like the feeling, right? And that you can feel it in your body, which helps you be able, and you have worked with dancers and you work with other composers, and it is something that moves through the body somatically. So how do you listen with the body?
How do you not listen with the body? Do you start jumping? Do you start laughing? What is your response to that thing that you love? That's feeling it in your body.
I'm gonna let Carey, why don't you ask Lydia one more question, and so that we can wrap things up here on Parlor 10 today.
Okay. So Lydia, um, it's kind of a big question, but you'll have time to answer it. Um, a movie takes us away. It takes us into itself, into the story. And how does a composer see that and write a score and conduct a group of musicians to make that happen even more deeply?
Yeah. It is something that is is both naturally and unnatural, because yes, it puts us someplace that we weren't before. And it also, as you said before, Carey, it takes, the music will sometimes take us against what is the scene.
Yeah. So like all beautiful co-creation, right? You're expressing yourself in your part of the film, and that's what's beautiful about filmmaking itself. And when people are open to do that, that's great.
That is the end of our time today with you, Lydia. I cannot wait to see what it is that you bring to the table and how you sing your song to life with all the characters and all the fun that's to be had there. And until then, we're just gonna have to be on the edge of our seats speculating and wondering what it is that's going to look like. But we'll have you back on again on another episode soon. Thank you so much for coming and being our guest today. Appreciate you so very much. And for the rest of you, remember, right, that the real may end, but the resonance, it always lingers. We carry it with us in the silences, in the echoes, and in the breath between the scenes. So thank you too for being here for Parlor 10, and we'll see you next time. Next time on Parlor 10, Amit Rathore, co-founder of Connected Pictures. The reel slows, the heart remembers, the theater empties, but the story stays with you, and the train moves on, and so do we. Until the next time, we see you in the living movie.